Bottom Line Sports Talk. I'm George Abraham. You know my partner, Albert Campman. Ivy League. Anytime I see Ivy League, I think, man, the good stuff is just starting.
George, the lead-in was tremendous. Aiden Stevens gets our lead-in because of that. Yeah, we could have talked about his 1,400 yards passing and 800 yards rushing, but Yale stood out. And George, when we talk Ivy League, we're talking about the cream of the crop in our country. I can only think of West Point and Annapolis above that. I have seen nothing else above that.
No, and I don't even, I would say parallel.
Pretty parallel.
Because of the service commitment, it's a different cap.
Right.
You know, it appeals to a different young man or young lady as far as the academies, but academically, you know, Harvard and Yale doesn't get it. And in football, they're very good.
They're very good, yes. So congratulations, Aiden. You've earned that two ways. You've earned that on your playing field, but more importantly, in the classroom. Everybody who watched our show knows that George and I stress academics above athletics. We just happen to talk about it on this show, knowing that I don't know what the percent is, whatever percent it is, make it to the NBA and the NFL, but someday when he's 40, he's going to still be working.
No, that's the idea, and not only that, he's going to have that Yale email for life, and their networking is. There's probably no better than the Ivies for their networking.
Yeah, just look up the presidents of the United States. You're going to see a lot of Ivy League. And so that goes hand in hand with the upper echelon of education in this country. Back to football, the classifications have been set. 16 again. I was surprised. I thought they would lower. They stayed with the 16 teams in each region. In Division I, this tells you why I don't like it.
Yeah, now you're starting to look like Pennsylvania. You don't want to do that.
We've always bragging about them.
Yeah,
we've been bragging about Ohio
We've been on
forever.
this show for 14, 15, 16 years saying we like Ohio's way of doing things.
Pennsylvania usually
and what do?
them.
They go to the everyone to Dairy Queen routine.
Yeah. But 7 out of 71 teams in Division I
64 make it.
Will make the playoffs.
It's more than 90%.
George, that means that if you win...
How about the first round?
I know. That first round will be 57-7. We've lived it. We know. We can't remember. We've lived this. We know exactly.
We warned you. We give you kudos over here, over and over for doing things better than across the road here.
Yes.
And here you are joining them.
In this area, there is no Division I teams we have to worry about. That's interesting.
Yeah.
That tells you the size of the schools in the cities around this state.
Inconsequential.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
So it starts at Division II with the three biggest: Fitch, Boardman, and Warren Harding. They're in Division II. Then Division III is really a strong around here with Canfield, Cheney East, Highland, Hubbard, and Niles, all capable of winning. Division IV, we have a lot in this one: Beaver Local, East Liverpool, Girard, Lakeview, Poland, Salem, Struthers, Ursuline, and West Branch. In Division V, we got Mooney, Champion, Crestview, Liberty, and South Range. And we also have a lot in Division VI: Brookfield, Columbiana, East Palestine, LeBray, Campbell, Mineral Ridge, Newton Falls, and Springfield. That's our local teams. Anybody ever wants to write in and tell us a little bit about your team, please send it to Armstrong, and Greg will get it on the show. Takes us to our third topic in football. It tells you how valuable football is around here, George. In football, 50 days, about 50 days till it starts. And they've really made a change. They moved it up another week. First regular season game, August 20th.
Because the playoffs are going to take so long.
Yes.
The first game. That means they'll be at game 3 when the month's over.
Yeah. And so what that tells you, they're going to start playing August 20th and get done, I don't know, Christmas, whatever.
Yeah, but 6 weeks of playoffs.
Yes.
You cut that thing in half.
Yes, no question.
Now you're back to where you should be.
How about they always talk about the length of the season. My gosh, they're going to play from August to December.
Be very close.
There's going to be some people, there are going to be some kids looking forward to basketball, looking forward to wrestling.
3 games in before school starts.
Yes, no question.
DJ Ogilvy said, "No, I've never heard. I've heard one. I may have even been through 2, and I'm old timer.
Right.
I never remember 3 games. They must be starting after Labor Day somewhere too. Where most schools are starting in the 20s of August.
So it looks like the championship game, I knew it was in December. It's the first week of December, still August till December is a long, long route, George. Too long for us. The question was asked, and we answered with, we don't like it. There's got to be a better way to come up with this, Ohio, than playing from August 20th to December 5th.
Yeah, I don't think it was well thought out or what the reasoning was. I think, A, you have too many teams in the playoffs.
For sure.
And B, it's too long. And if you didn't have as many teams in the playoffs, that would take care. You don't need 6 weeks of playoffs.
No, and I know you're trying to decide, coaches, what to do with those early season, what to do with it. You hit too early. Do you not hit at all?
And then, like
all
the
these
coach said,
decisions.
now you have a whole week of doubles knocked out. So now you're a week behind.
Yes. Yep, that's where the fundamentals are. I know that they can say OTAs and in the spring and early summer. They'll say, yeah, but that's 7-on-7. And you know how good everybody looks in 7-on-7, George? They look great when nobody's chasing them with the quarterback.
Yeah, nobody's pushing them on the
I heard him
ground.
last week. Somebody told me last week, we came in third at Pitt's camp, and I said, my first thing back to him, I said, they allowed to rush the passer? He said, no. I said, it means nothing then. Every quarterback looks pretty darn good.
Let them stand back
When they
there
stand
and
back,
aim.
look around.
Let them stand back there and aim, and they're all pro.
Yeah, no question.
No.
So that's our local segment, and it looks like the NBA is in full flight for the finals right now, George.
And the other thing, the kicker here, and we'll talk about the pros in a minute, they're still playing the championship game first week of December. Now, if you told me they moved everything up,
Right.
and the title game was Thanksgiving, I'd say, you know what, I'll look at that.
A little better, right?
In other words, we're starting this early, but we're still playing to here. Now, I know a protagonist, but they would say, well, it's only the 2 teams.
I just know you're preparing to be one of those teams.
And not only that,
You know.
God bless America, that's a long time.
Yeah, you're preparing to be one of those teams.
All right, let's talk about the big boys. The NBA, they were giving Phoenix a trophy last weekend.
Were they really?
Yeah, this
guy
the
did.
greatest ever, the best, the guards, the Chris Paul. I said, I saw all that. But I also saw 2 games where Middleton was awful, Holiday was and they were down 5 with 4 minutes.
Yeah, I never saw it that way. I thought it was a 7-game series from the time it started. And that's why the home court is so valuable during the regular season. It's proven that Milwaukee wins at home, Phoenix wins at home. So this season's not over until this playoff's not over. And
The visitor wins.
until visitor wins. That's
Now,
when it changes.
now let's say this.
That's when it changes.
Let's talk about this. 2-1, that's the game. 3-1, I don't think you can beat them 3 straight. 2-2, it's a.
Oh, for sure.
Is that the way you see it too?
No doubt. I think everybody sees it that way.
Okay.
George. I don't think anybody would see it any different now.
Well, I didn't hear any good stuff about Milwaukee till Sunday.
Wow.
The coach is getting fired. He's coaching for his job and all this. And I'm watching. And I think, you know what? If Middleton and Holiday did, I was the one night I was frantic. 3 3-shot possessions, and I'm saying, come, boys, you got to put your body on someone. Well, you know what? Too these experts, these so-called experts.
That's why I don't listen to them. You listen to them.
No. I don't listen during the game at all.
No, but you listen to a lot of talk radio.
Yeah, but I don't listen. I won't listen during
Because
the game.
that has been the stupidest thing ever, thinking Milwaukee was down 2-0.
I can't torture myself. And Legler, who I usually like, he called him out on the switches right away, game 1.
He did it again last night.
He was talking last night. They were playing the zone, Phoenix. And he's talking about how hard it is to box out. And I'm thinking, if you're guarding a guy in the weak corner, you got a foot in the lane anyway.
In the pros, they got to have a man.
You know what
He's
I
so
mean?
wrong in the zone.
I know.
In the pros, it's
It
not a
was
zone.
terrible.
You're not allowed to play without guarding somebody.
You have to have 3 in the ball
Yeah,
side.
you
for
have
sure.
to, yes, for sure.
But anyway, it's on, and let's talk about the reason it's on. There's a man-child in that game.
Yeah, we always knew he was. And if he makes free throws like he did last night, then it makes a major difference. I don't know if he can continue to do that. Because
Phoenix, they do the count.
he hasn't done it on the road.
How about what they do to him at Phoenix?
Yeah.
1, 2.
Yeah, it's really funny though that Middleton struggled so much, and Phoenix and Booker struggled last night in Milwaukee. You understand.
You switch them.
I don't understand why on the road that happens.
I get the subs. I don't get the. Middleton's
both
supposed to be a
stars.
star. He's an Olympic.
Yeah, both stars.
He's an Olympian.
Yeah, both of them suffered.
You want me to talk about the Olympics now that I mentioned it, or can I?
Yeah,
you don't
can.
want to get me.
Start again.
No, don't get me started. I'm just going to say this. Nigeria.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me anymore, though.
No, in other words, you've got
They don't really care.
big boy. Well, they volunteered to go.
I know, but I'm saying, in my heart, I don't see anybody there saying, "Man, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me." That's what used to happen.
You know,
in the
then
Olympics.
don't go. Send someone that'll bend their knees. I am so tired of this cool guy, I'm not guarding stuff. 90 points at a college leagues game. Now this isn't a Olajuwon, and some of these teams, Spain, Argentina, they got players.
I get it.
Not Nigeria.
That's funny.
So there they are. Pop, I don't know if that he's grown so much hair over his ears or something. Something's not the same. They're not guarding.
I don't think they guard anyway.
God
So
bless
I say
America.
that all the time.
Yeah, they guard, guard not like that. That's embarrassing. Now, Middleton, as you said, Holiday too, same way Holiday played well. I have to give him credit because I jumped when he played.
Oh no, when they play at home, that's what happens. That's why the score's like it was. When you play like that, you win. No question about
And
it.
this next game's it, right? I mean, as far as 2-1, 3-1, I'd say it'd be tough.
I say it's going 7. I said it up in the beginning.
And if it's 2-2, then we really got.
I thought it was going 7. So I'll just
Well,
say
we got a series 2-2.
I think it's 7-7, going to 7.
Yeah,
I
well,
thought it was a series the whole time.
Then they have to win.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know who said. I want to know who said it wasn't a series.
Oh no!
How
they,
stupid could
they
that
were
be?
firing Budenholzer. He's
stupid?
done. He's coaching for his
my
call. He's
gosh.
coaching for his
Oh,
career
jeez.
and
They're
all
just
that.
pathetic. They're just
No,
pathetic. They jump on that wagon.
And they need something to talk about. I mean,
Well, maybe
when you
that's
have a
it.
show, here's the thing.
Maybe that's
you're
it.
doing 3 hours a day,
So that could be it, George, too. Yeah.
But you'd think somebody that knew something would at least say, you're talking about boxing out on the weak side. When you're man to man, you're no closer to that guy in the corner than you are in his zone. You might be closer to
Yeah,
him.
no question.
All right, let's talk about MLB. Okay. The All-Star game, now it's a small thing, but it reflects a bigger picture. There's a problem there between players and, I don't know if you'd say owners, the commissioner, or both. They're going to have problem their next labor contract for sure. They're bowing out of that All-Star game the way I used to look outside and hope for snow when I was a little kid to not go to school.
Yeah, I know. George hollers at me for that line because I use it all the time because I don't think they care. I really do. And I'm talking about all 3 sports. I don't think the All-Star game means anything.
But
to
let's
anyone.
throw one out. I heard Tiki Barber there, and I just said he's so unequipped to do a national show. It's not funny. You can't compare baseball to football. The football one's at the end of the season, and it's tackle.
No question.
Don't compare that one. Throw that one out.
Yeah, I don't
You
compare
want to
any
do
of them.
hockey and basketball? I'll listen.
Yeah, I don't compare any of them because I don't think any of them care.
But this year, jeez.
But they've been doing it, George.
Not this many.
Yeah, but it's a runaway freight train.
Yeah.
The agents are telling them, don't play, stay healthy.
Take the
We'll
3
get my
days
next
off.
contract. And
these Houston guys, I got to think part of it is the middle finger to the commissioner.
they all do it that
And,
way. They do.
and did you see Judge the other day pulling his shirt out when he hit?
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about the baseball All-Star game. Labor problems are everything, though. They don't want that. They've had that before.
that's coming for
We've
sure.
had shortened season. We've had 1 year.
There's no way out of that. There's no way out. They're going to have labor problems. There's no way out.
Home run derby. That's Monday night. Home run derby. There will be some excitement. There's something about Ohtani that a lot of people, even though we see interleague, they haven't seen him.
Right.
He plays at 10 o'clock. And I've watched not a lot, but I've seen him enough to know he's powerful, but I don't watch every game.
Yeah, but he is the draw in the home run derby. Though. I know from my grandsons, they're watching.
Are they watching?
Because he's playing.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, he's the draw, and I asked both of them who they pick, and they both said Ohtani. So.
And I was looking for someone to pick, and I didn't want someone that went against him right away. Like the guy that hits it real hard for Washington has him in the first round.
Yep. So that's it. Yeah. So that is a draw.
Let's
No
talk
question.
about that game. There's a story there, too. The guy that beat stage 4 pancreatic cancer.
Yeah, Mancini. Yeah, no question
That's
about
a
that.
story.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm
about
rooting
it.
for him.
Yeah, everybody will be. Anybody who's in the realm of cancer, we're rooting for him. No question about it.
And we should mention this weekend starts that Coaches versus Cancer, that big tournament, that $1 million tournament.
That's big.
And our good buddy is the general manager for sideline cancer.
Right.
Bill.
They're the favorite too.
Yeah, they are. They're
Think
the
about
one
that.
seed. They're the
number one seed of all.
Well, they
all.
added a stud, and they were second last year. Mm-hmm. They have the great scorer that started at Youngstown.
Yep.
Ended up at Central Michigan.
Yep.
What happened last year? Those Wichita State guys, they got up under them, and they bothered them. Believe
Yeah, they
me.
need another player to go with them. No question.
Now they say they have them. Let's talk the Colorado Air. What do we know about it?
Well, in the old days, you would have thought about a 16-run game. It's not like that. Something I don't know what they're doing with the
What they doing
balls.
with
I have no
putting them in
idea. I'm thinking of doing something with the balls.
Putting them in.
I have no
what do they
idea.
call a humidor.
But because Colorado's had a lot of good pitching games this year at home.
Pirates scored 2 runs in 3 games.
Very unusual, yes. We'll see. It's going to be interesting to see what happens because the field's used a lot of gap shots, a lot of room for singles, and the ball flies out. We'll see what happens.
The home run derby, you expected some crazy stuff?
Some good ones, yeah. There's some good ones.
Or
yeah.
I mean, like some of the ones when they measure them, you look, you go, oh my.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna
That's
happen.
what I was
Yeah.
going to ask you. Draft was Sunday night. I heard a lot of people talking about it. I don't like stuff like that. Even the pro football draft, I just like, I have it on the other channel and I see the next guy comes.
Right.
Like the guy.
Yeah, you can't predict it.
No.
Anybody can sit here and guess.
And how do you pick a high school kid who's using a metal bat against pitchers named Jim Bob that also play third base?
Yeah, I'm hoping. Remember, I don't know enough, but I'm hoping that they see him play in the summer with wooden bat legs. That's what they've. That's what they've had to see.
Would they have to?
That's what they had to see him. Yes.
Okay, let's talk about that. I'm listening last week quite a bit when I'm in the car. I listen to talk radio. That's all I do. I sneak a 60s in there once in a while. Now, let me ask you. They were all saying, remember, these guys may have been a groupthink too, but they all said, lighter, lighter, lighter. His dad, if he went to Pittsburgh right now, he'd be the third best. We'll take a catcher from Louisville.
I think I have a strong reason why. I don't think the Pirates can afford to take a pitcher first pick. His arm goes.
And he doesn't make that much difference. I mean, one guy.
Oh, no, where about his arm?
They spread the money. No, I'm asking you. In other words, there's a thought that they took this guy so they could spread the money later.
I don't know about the money part. I'm telling you why I made the decision.
Okay.
I just see every first round, second pick, they're hurt. The pitchers all get hurt. They're not worth taking. I mean, for every pitcher, he'll pitch 2 years, and they'll say Tommy John surgery. Or,
that's automatic.
Where the position players play. If I had a choice, and I'm the Pirates, and I don't know how good Davis is, we'll find out. But I know one thing: I'd rather take a position player anytime over a pitcher.
Okay, so
in the first
you're
round.
not as upset with that.
Well, I'm happy.
You didn't want a pitcher.
No, I wanted one if I knew he'd be healthy. But I don't think it happened.
I get you. So there's no way to know.
But it seems like they're all hurt. Okay. Can you name? I can't name
one.
one.
What do they call Strasburg? 75 and Sunny.
He's hurt all the time.
What do they call?
Yeah, and he was the number 1 pick. No, Garrett Cole, hurt, number 1 pick. Talion, hurt, number 1 pick. When you take those pitchers.
Cole pitched well Saturday night. He must have got some new sticky stuff. Isn't that something? That's just amazing. Baseball's by far the toughest to predict, right?
Yeah.
We got a guy in the first round for the Bears. Plug him in. Mm-hmm. We got a guy for the Browns. Plug him in. We got a guy for plug him in. Baseball, Piazza. In the 9,058th pick of the draft, Mike Piazza. Right. And he becomes one of the greatest hitting catchers of all time.
Yeah, the competition, George mentioned in high school, you can't really judge that. College, you really can't judge that unless you're facing other round 1 players who are on the mound. Where in college, you can see Alabama versus LSU, you see a number 1 defensive back against a number 1 receiver. You can really see the talent. That's why it's hard to take a Division I AA or Division II. They want to, but since they haven't seen them against the competition,
all right.
They back
Our
off
good
a
buddy
bit.
had something today. We have a good friend that publishes 10 newspapers in Florida, and he found these quarterback rankings somewhere. Geez, it got me upset.
What did it say?
They had Rattler number 1, which, I can only argue.
We're talking for college football this year, you mean?
And they had the kid for Pitt way further than he should be. And they had the Penn State guy way further down. And Clifford's not awful.
Yeah.
But here's what bugged me. They had the Notre Dame guy and the Ohio State guy both of whom haven't taken a snap.
I hate.
I mean, at least tell me what you're using.
Yeah, let him take a snap first.
What,
Right.
Could he throw one pass?
Let him take a snap first under
Yeah,
pressure.
yeah, oh yeah, he's right.
Yep. That's why I would rather do that.
And I think Pickett's.
Yeah, he's a good one.
He's
I
better
really like
than
him.
Nathan.
I really like him.
All right, here you hear something. You can set your watch when you leave. And NFL camps are around the corner. Mm-hmm. Once the Hall of Fame game comes. Now this year they're going to turn Canton into Pittsburgh West. I think they have back-to-back classes going in, which means Cower, Palomalo, and Faneca.
Yeah, they show up.
The whole town.
They show
up. No, it'll be all black and gold.
Yeah, that is one thing when one of the Steelers goes into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, let alone three.
The thing is packed.
Am I missing anyone?
It is packed.
Did I miss anyone?
It is packed, no question. George, is this year the year of the short exhibition season? Or?
Yeah, 3 years.
So it does happen this year.
Pittsburgh has 4 because they played Dallas in that game.
Okay.
Pittsburgh plays Dallas in that game.
So because they play in that game, they get extra week. Okay.
Yeah, because they start sooner. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh, it's August 5th. It's not that.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's
No.
starting quickly. Yes.
No, it's 3 weeks from this week. Here's a bet. I'm gonna give you a bet. I don't every once in a while because we give each other losers. We could pick 9 in a row.
Yeah,
if I call him, you can bet. If I call him,
both ways. It goes both ways.
And he hit 9 in a row, and he'll call. And he go, I got one tonight.
No question.
And then what hurts is many times we're so right, we're wrong. Like we'll get Durant, he'll be so far ahead, they'll sit him in the third quarter with one of these props on FanDuel.
Yes, no
and
question.
we're looking, we're like,
They're sitting him
I
out.
call him, I go, hell, he's not coming back in.
Yeah, I said the script counts for everything.
He's sitting with 28, you need 30.
Yeah, it's
Never
a script.
fails. But anyhow, I got one for you. It's 9-1 that Watson won't take one snap for Houston.
You think he's not?
No, I think if he plays anywhere, it's Houston. They're not trading him.
But is he going to come back and allow him to play?
Well, that's what I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, I've never heard of an entire year. I mean, that's pretty severe.
It is severe. It is
Not
severe.
that I don't know, if they're going to litigate this, if he's going to pay him under the table. I got a feeling when it's all done, we won't hear about it.
Right. Yeah, the big thing, and George is right. If he plays, if he's coming back, he's going to play.
Would you take 9-1?
For 9-1, it's worth
That's
a small bet.
That's what I said.
worth
I
a
said
small-
the same thing. I said, I think I'm going to put $10 on there, so he doesn't.
Right. That's the way to do it. No question about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, this name, image, likeness. We're doing a show in PA, and the guy goes, it won't have anything to do. He said, nobody's going to, it's got, that day, I give him a call. I said, nothing to do, huh? I said, the dude that owns a gym in Miami just gave the whole team $500 a month.
Yeah. 5,000 is going to be overall per player.
Yeah.
And you can multiply that by 5 with an Ohio State booster, with an Alabama booster. So the coach says, now if you come here, we're going to start you off with a $50,000 bonus. Yeah. You mean, coach, I don't have to.
See, it's not supposed to be in recruiting.
They can't
But like
stop
this,
it.
I heard a guy saying today, he said, there's only one group going crazy, the compliance people, because they don't know what to do.
Yeah, and
they don't have an idea this is what a bad leader this guy is, making $3 million a year. He basically said, it's your hen house, foxes
Yeah,
watching.
he just gave it away. Yeah, he gave it
Now,
away.
you got to know, when you leave these guys that were driving, you remember they were driving the Nissan 280Zs,
Right.
they're getting the death penalty. When you tell these guys, monitor yourself. Now, I found out today, you're not going to believe this. Louisiana and Arkansas have different rules as to what you can do. Louisiana, you can use your colors. You can't use your jersey. That's one thing you can't do. Arkansas, you cannot. No, right there's not fair.
Yeah, these states are all different, and I know it's a craziness. It's craziness. They say it's not going to change anything. It's not going to change anything for the third-team defensive tackle. I get that, but for the big timer, like the Miami booster, he didn't talk to the coach. He didn't bother talking to the coach. Coach had no idea what was even happening.
Hey.
Why talk to the coach
Hey.
when you're going to get your?
It's a big MMA gym. I've seen him a million times in the corner. He was on wrestling last week. He must be trying to get some promo. So he comes out in wrestling and he said, this wrestling show stinks. He said, it hasn't been any good since the 90s. This big dude comes out, picks him up, back over his head, and power bombs him onto the ground. And I'm like, wow, I know this isn't real, but if he misses by this much, this guy's got a broken neck. But this guy knows one thing. He's going to make a fortune.
Money, yeah, that's why.
Yeah, and there's an old word, ROI, return on investment, old term.
Yeah, they know that.
He's
that's
gonna
what
get it.
that's what it's all about, no question.
And he's an MMA guy, by the way, MMA gym. He's got Masvidal trains there, a lot of, so it brings in, they get these little kids 4 or 5 years old now, teaching them self-defense, martial arts, whatever you call it. All right, you know what's next? I don't like calling it the Open because I'm in the U.S. My Open's the U.S. Open. It's the British Open. It's my British Open.
That's funny.
The Open. Well, it's not the Open.
You're around the world.
We're in the U.S., aren't we?
That's what they call it around
All
the world.
right, so it's the Open.
Yeah, that's what they call it.
Big factor, usually the big W, weather.
Yeah, and they're worried. They're always worried about wind and rain at the same time. They can handle the rain for sure.
It's wind.
But when the wind's blowing, the rain's coming the same, and it's gusting the way right in your face. That's when the scores stay really, really low, or really, really high. We either say +2. But it's a fun because Europeans now everybody comes out of the woodwork there. It's not just Americans. It's pretty cool.
It's not easy.
No. It's early in the morning too. You'll be able to know the results early in the morning. That's the way it works. So
Links golf?
That's all the way. Yep.
One more thing to talk about where we talk about that. A couple of these golfers lately testing positive for COVID. Wouldn't you have thought they would have gotten vaccinated immediately?
They're not smart. Well, I can't say that. They have a strong
It's their
opinions.
choice.
They got the strong opinions of that way, and that comes back to haunt them. That's what happens.
Yeah. They pulled the dude off the course with a 6-stroke lead 3 weeks ago. All right, we got a couple minutes left, some miscellaneous. MMA returned to the first time with crowds Saturday night. They were sardines. They packed them in like sardines. The house was full. It was an electric of an event, like, when they put the lights out and those guys walk in, and then you get the glimpse of whomever's coming through the tunnel first, and the place goes. Only one other time I heard it, I was doing a boxing match in Butler, and a local guy was fighting. And they had the lights out, and then they shined the lights on, and he come out of the dugout. I could still remember.
A little
Little
like
Butler,
that.
multiply it. They had 24,000.
Yeah, a little event like that. Yes,
it was amazing.
Right.
That is let me tell you what that tells me. You got a football game in a few weeks, and normal's coming.
Yes,
that's what I say.
I see it too.
Yeah. One of my many criticisms of Manford, biggest criticism, Russo likes him, the Mad Dog. So that's right away. That puts him on the bottom of my list. They were off July 4th. Like it was the 5th. Monday was the holiday.
Right.
They had 3 teams off, didn't play one-day game. What are they? Are they trying to kill the game?
Yeah, that was an automatic in the old times.
Doubleheader.
Yeah, you either played 2 but everybody played. That's for sure.
Yankees were traveling.
Yes.
The sport, as much as I disliked them, they are America's team.
Yeah, the Yankees
love them or hate them.
they're still the most rooted or booed team.
Yeah.
In that Major League
Now, how about
Baseball.
this? The hitting's up since they started frisking the pitchers.
We knew that was happening too.
We did, didn't we?
Yeah, there was no doubt about that. And that if you doctor the ball will do some things you can't see.
Did you ever do any of that?
No.
Did you ever
I like when the
try-
ball was a little dirty.
Did you ever try spitting it around?
I like the ball was a little dirty or completely clean. Either one. Okay. I didn't like it was just used a little bit because it was hard.
Okay.
You couldn't make a lot of moves
All
with
right.
that.
2 items and we're out of time. These made-for-TV golf shows that they have, they have DeChambeau and Rogers, and then they have Brady and Mickelson. The football players are pretty good.
Oh yeah, that's good words.
They're not bad, are
They're
they?
pretty.
Oh
good.
no, I don't. No.
Yeah, but I'm saying.
No, I know what you're thinking.
Yeah,
no.
And that bothers me
No.
too. That they talk about how good these players are.
He's good for a football
That's
player.
what he is. That's all he is. A golfer would laugh at him on a regular course, no question.
No, we know that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Just to give you an idea, they had that big tournament over the weekend at Celebrity. I guess it's set up to be so easy. And they got to the finals. It was Del Negro and Smoltz. Smoltz, who's known to be a scratch golfer.
Right.
Berkeley was in the same tournament. You want to guess where he finished?
The bottom.
82nd.
That's Charles.
There you
Give him credit, he does it.
Yeah.
He's not embarrassed
he's
to
a
do it.
celebrity.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, thanks again for watching Bottom Line Sports Buff. We'll see you next week.